Here is 8 tips I use for charity shop hunting. So welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. So a lot of people don't like to give the tips and tricks of how they're hunting charity shops, but here's gonna be 8 tips and a bit of tricks of what I do on a weekly basis of how I do my charity shop hunting. So I just thought I'd share it all with you, what I do to make it a little bit easier and the advantages of what I use and stuff. I hope this video helps you all out there, because a lot of people don't like to give the secrets away. So the first one, what you need to do, first one on the list, is before you even go in the charity shop, you always must take your phone. Always take your phone, because you need to have them apps, don't you? You always must have them apps, especially CX. That's probably your main one, especially if you're trading stuff in. You need your eBay app as well, if you're selling on eBay. If you're selling like anything on eBay, especially stuff like electrical, clothes, your DVDs, your toys, anything. And then on Marketplace as well. So your first thing, always take your phone. Always take your phone with you for your apps. So that's the first one. And then when you're walking in, this is your second little tip. When you're walking in, always be polite to people, because I find this is a really good thing. Always be polite, because normally in charity shops, especially around me, it's a lot of elderly people. So when you walk in, always say hi, morning, or whatever. And if they need help with stuff, help them out, move stuff. Gives a bit of better sort of communication and stuff. So always do stuff like that. So that's your sort of your second tip and stuff. And then sort of your third tip, if you're looking for, say, games, go to the section, and then if there's no games there, or there's only a few, so always go up and ask, have you got any more games? Because 99% of the time they've always got some more in the back. And if you've built this good relationship up, they'll bring them out for you. And then, because that's how I found quite a few of my finds in the past. They bring extra games, because there's always extra stuff in the back, isn't there? And they always bring stuff out. So yeah, so that's your third tip. Always ask to get your extra, to see if they've got extra stuff in the back, and if they haven't, they haven't. So your fourth tip is make a good relationship with people. So tell them, like, I'm a collector, and I'm scanning these games because I've got an app on my phone, just say, to see what games I need. Don't tell them I might be scanning these to trade them in at CX or whatever, to make money or whatever. Just say I'm a collector. I collect games, retro stuff, and then they might, even if you've got a good relationship with them, they might save you stuff. They might save you stuff and all that. So that's sort of your fourth tip. Make a good relationship with people. So that's like your fourth tip. Your fifth tip is always take your time. I've cocked up so many times with this. Always take your time. If you see a big box of games, if you find like a big box, always take your time going through them all. Because the amount of times I have rushed through and I've always missed a game. Get your app out. Scan the games if you're trading them in at CX. See what's worth, because you can never remember what's worth, because CX app, the trade value goes up and down so many times. You think, I'll just say as an example, Grand Theft Auto, that's gone down. It used to be a good one to trade in, and it's gone down. So always scan your games, or if you're doing them for the collection, always have an app with your games on, because you can never remember. There's been games in the past I thought I had in the collection. I've scanned my app and I don't have them. So it's always best to take your time, pull them to the side, make room, pull your box to the side, make room, do it one by one, get them all out if you have to, put them in a pile. If there's people there, put them in a big pile so other people can't get them. That's what I do. Put them in a big pile and just take your time. If you need to take them all out of the box, take. So that's your 5th tip. So your 6th one, don't always stick to games. Don't always do it. If you wanted to trade stuff in at CX, look at DVDs. Look at other electrical stuff, because you wouldn't believe how much like box sets can be worth. Scan box sets, look at other electrical stuff. Look at anything CX will take in, because CX take a lot of different stuff in. The amount of box sets I've traded in for credit, and then obviously then you get your voucher and then you can buy games with it. That's what I do. It's very rarely I spend money, cash money at CX. I trade stuff in. It's normally like box sets and stuff, or games, obviously, what I don't want. For the voucher, and then buy the games I want for the collection. So, or if you're using eBay, go and look at clothes. Because there's loads of money to be made in clothes, or toys. There's some loads of toys, because I didn't used to do it, but I've started selling bits on eBay, or I'm trying to anyway. So I've made a bit of money here and there, and then I can put it back into the collection. So I'm doing all right. And use Marketplace as well, because Marketplace, they don't charge any fees or anything, and a lot of the time people will come to your house to collect the items, so that's worth doing. So use the eBay app to see, and then go into the sold listings. So that's a very, very decent thing. Don't just look at video games. Look around the whole shop, what else you can either trade in or sell. So that's the 6th tip. And then the 7th one, what I've sort of done myself, is get the family involved. What I normally do is suggest, like, sort of going on a family trip somewhere. Just say seaside or a town somewhere, and then do something with the family, and then sort of there's a load of charity shops there as well. So we do say a museum, or go to an arcade or something, what my son will like doing, or my partner will like doing, and then we'll go around the charity shops as well and buy your son a little toy, and then get them involved as well. And they like looking around the charity shops and the hunting, and it gets all the family involved as well. And normally the missus will find something she likes, and you never know, the missus might find that handbags she's always been after, or that dress. So it's a win-win situation, isn't it? So yeah, so that's the 7th tip. So the last tip, and I find this probably to be my best one, and if you can do it, go hunting when there's less people, obviously. So obviously I go to charity shops mainly through the week, because most people are at work through the week, and that's when I find the most of my items for the collection or selling or whatever. Because if you go on a weekend, there's nothing. There seems to be twice as many people looking around, because obviously people have weekends off, and there's nothing there because people just pick through everything. So that's the best. You've got more chance of picking stuff up. So yeah, so go through the week if you can. There's hardly anybody going through the week because most people are through the. But obviously, if you're working, try and go on your lunch breaks if you can. But yeah, so that's me 8 tips. 8 tips what I think, what I use on a weekly basis. And if you use all them tips, especially getting friendly with the staff, making the relationship, you never know, you might just be allowed in the back looking through them games and through all the stock, because it has happened to me a couple of times before. So I hope you just enjoyed my few little tips what I use and little sort of tricks now and again. I just thought I'd share with you, so I hope you enjoyed this video. As per usual, do the usual things, give us a comment as always, and I'll see you in the next one.